Hey loves, let's draft this beautiful dress together. So here's my paper folded into two already. I'll mark a straight at top of the paper to serve as the starting line. From the starting line, go down by 10 inches for the bust point, 15 inches for the waistline, 24 inches for the hip line, and we'll use the remaining inches we have left for the full length of the gown. Then I'll make all this point a straight line using my ruler. Then label the lines: the shoulder, the bust point, the waistline, the hip line, and the full length of the gown. On the shoulder line, I'll impute my shoulder measurement divided by 2, that's 7 inches. I'll mark it. Then from that point, I'll go down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope. Then from that point, I'll go down by 7 inches for my armhole length. Now I'll use my ruler to extend this point and label with the armhole. The neck width for this front piece is 4 inches. I'll mark it, and the neck depth for this front piece is 5 inches. So I'm making a curved V neckline. So I'll first slant my shoulder slope, and I'll use my free hand to make like a curved V neckline. On the armhole line, we impute our round bust measurement divided by 4 plus 1 inch seam allowance. On the waistline, the round waist measurement divided by 4 plus 1 inch seam allowance. On the hip line, the round hip measurement divided by 4 plus 1 inch seam allowance. Then what we have on the hip line, we'll minus 1 inch from it, and we impute it on the full length. Mark it. So I use my ruler to join all these points and make my armhole curve using my free hand and cut it out. So after cutting, we'll keep the front piece aside and move to the back piece. So for the back piece, we'll be placing the front piece directly on top of it, and we'll not be adding a zipper allowance to this back piece because the material we're making use of is a stretchy material. I'm going to cut it directly on the back piece. After cutting, I will highlight the neck width of the front piece on the back piece, and I'm going to cut out the neckline of the front piece. After cutting the neckline of the front piece, I'll remove the front piece from the back piece. Then we'll measure the neck depth of this back, which is 3 inches. Then I'll make a curved V neckline for the back also, just like this. Then cut it out. This is the front piece. I've opened it up already. So I'm going to use my marker to highlight the center front of this front piece. So for this tutorial, we'll be needing one part of this front piece, that's this side. So I'm going to cut it out. We will not be making use of the right side, so I'll keep the right side aside. I'll be working with the left side of this front piece. So let's impute the dart. On the bust line, I'll impute my nipple to nipple measurement divided by 2, which is 3.5. I'll impute it on the bust line and also on the waistline. So I'll add half inch to it, that's 4 inches, and I'll impute 4 inches on the hip line. Then I'll use my ruler to join all these points together. So after joining the point, I'll take half inch at both sides on the waistline. Then I'll slant with my ruler. We will also be imputing a bust dart. So on the bust line, I'll take half inch at both sides. Then I will slant with my ruler to meet the bust point. From the bust point, I will slant to meet the center front of the waistline. Then from the waistline, I will slant to meet the hip line, just like this. So I will divide what I have in the shoulder by 2. I have like 3 inches, so I will mark 1.5. And I will join that point to meet the bust point, just like this. Then I will cut from the center front waistline to the side of the bust point. Then I will close up the bust dart with my tape. Then I'll use my scissors to cut open the waistline. So we'll keep the lower part aside and deal with the upper part. So I'm going to use my scissors to cut open the waist dart. Then I'll use my tape to keep it in place, just like this. And I'll cut it open to the shoulder, leaving about half inch at the top. I will not cut it open totally, just like this. So that's all for the upper part. I'll keep it aside and bring the lower part. So for the lower part, I will cut open from the center front to the hip line. Then I will also cut open the waistline, and I'll use my tape to close it up. From the hip line, I'll go down for about 3 to 4 inches, and I'll slant from that dart to meet the 3 to 4 inches point, just like this. Then I'll use my scissors to cut it to that point, leaving about ½ inch. I'll not cut it open totally. So this is all for the lower part. I'm going to bring back the upper part, and we're going to spread it for about 6 to 5 inches, joining the points together, just like this, like the pointed parts together. So I'll place it on a new paper, and this is how it's looking. Like I said earlier, that I joined the pointed parts together and I spread it for about 5 to 6 inches. And I also used my tape to keep it in place while spreading, and I've taped everything down. So let's cut it out. So after that, you cut it directly on your fabric like this. And this is all for the drafting of the front and the back piece of this beautiful dress. Thank you for watching, wonderful people, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye bye.